Have you not seen people who preach and tell you that if you only pray, I don't work, you are foolish? That teaching is not complete. Because you can only stand and pray. And that prayer, because of what God is using that prayer to achieve, He will not need you to lift anything to work physically. He would put your thought in people's heart. You begin to eat from fields you did not plant there. Because that thing you are doing with God is effective. Are you following me? Elijah did not need to go for food to go and apply for a job. What Elijah was doing with God was so paramount that when men could not feed Elijah, God began to send birds to feed him. God began to do miracles just to sustain Elijah. So it's possible for a man to be a prayer warrior all his life and yet still live in good houses, still drive good cars. Because what God is doing with him is so paramount that he will not need to lift a finger to do natural job. That does not mean he's lazy. He's working, but not your kind of work. So when we preach this thing, we should be very balanced. You see, the things pertaining to life, the things that becomes advantage of life for different persons are different. The things that are an advantage of life for a child, the things pertaining to life for a child is quite different from the things pertaining to life for an adult. A child, he just needs to keep remaining vulnerable. He just needs to speak like a child, act like a child, think like a child. Then he's given a certain measure of favor because he's a child. So this cosmos, this society will not demand certain things from you. But when you become an adult, you now discover that you need education to have an advantage of survival in this world. Be not conformed. That's what conformity is. Begin to find the things this world tags as survival packages. You begin to subscribe to them to ensure your own survival. That's what being conformed. And because you subscribe to them, you begin to think like the world. The educational system doesn't just teach you English. It teaches you English because with English you can survive in this world. There are major parts of this world that you can survive in with that English they're teaching you. You'll be able to express yourself to survive. Everything the world gives to you in this thing we call educational system are survival kits. They know when one has schooled in a certain place, he has security for the future more than another one that schooled in Ogrioko Memorial College. So for the one that schooled in Ogrioko Memorial College to have more advantage, he needs to display a level of intelligence that is different from the one that is superior to the one who schooled in Harvard. So he now has more advantage. Are you seeing how there's a play of advantage in this world? And that is the truth. So don't let society judge you by education. Education is good, but it's a survival kit. You may have education as a survival package. Me, I may have Jehovah as my survival package. You, education is your survival package. Me, Yeshua is my survival package. You went to Harvard to have a degree to help you survive. Another one learned business in where Onisha market. That is your survival kit. If he gains mastery there, he will also live a blissful life. Because that thing you are priding yourself is only a survival kit to give you advantage in society. And those who survive with that kit, they are classed on they call themselves the literate, the elite. They give themselves a class. This world is a scam. It is a field of survival. It is like the battle between David and Goliath. One had his spear as his confidence, his a reason for survival. Another one had God for the reason for his survival. They both had experience in two different kind of life. One has seen the help of his spirit, another has seen the help of his military might. And when these two clashed, the one that had the help of his spirit came up superior, because you saw the slingshot of stone, but you see the spirit knew that the one with his spirit, he knew his weakness. That make you feel bad. You didn't go to school. Hey, do not conform. Don't look at the systems of this world and look at the advantages and claim the advantage for yourself. Going to school is good. Hey. Oh, but there are certain corridors where school is not important. Do you think a spirit needs your English language? Thank God for your fluent English aspect for English. A spirit does not care about those things. Do you think God care about English language or grammar? Or you are praying and God will say, no, you need to put the it before the and. Okay, the it. No. Spirit, the things pertaining to life from the spiritual perspective is far different and superior. So say, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, because when your mind changes, your perspective changes. The way you perceive the world, the things you receive, your advantages changes. So you are like that maggot that has become a butterfly, and the things pertaining to life and survival for a maggot is totally different from the butterfly that you become. The maggot cannot fly, but the butterfly can fly. So their preferences, their revelation, their understanding, their emphasis is different. So you are weak because you choose to remain that way. If you are fat, you can go and do exercise. It's an option to change you. There are things pertaining to certain kind of life, and you must exercise yourself into those things. So you limit your mind to think because you didn't go to school, there's nothing productive that can come to you. That's how the society wants you to think.